and transmitting nodes in wireless LAN. So remember the experiment is on wireless LAN. So let all the people join. So once again, the experiment is the fourth experiment of NS2, that is to implement extended service station. So before you understand extended service station, you need to understand what is BSS, basic service station. That is a wireless, which is in wireless form. Okay, the today's experiment is not a connected, it is a unconnected, in the sense it is a wireless experiment, very small and a very simple experiment. So you need to construct an extended service station in order to transmit the packets, and you need to ultimately calculate the throughput. Okay, you need to calculate the throughput, implement simple ESS with transmitting nodes in wireless LAN by simulation, and determine the performance. Always the performance is being calculated through the throughput. Let me go to the CentOS and let me go to the NS2 now. So I have already switched on the CentOS system. So hope the screen is visible. Okay, let me start NS. So I've started this NSG jar file. Okay, it has started. Now what you have to do, one second, few people have issue in joining. One second, all of you. I've just run the Java file. Okay, so I'm just admitting the people before I start. Okay, so once you start, so it is a fourth experiment, extended service station. You need to construct a basic service station or the ESS, extended service station, using wireless LAN. The experiment is very simple. So I want all of you to admit, because it is difficult to switch over from CentOS to Windows. Okay. Now what I do is, so till here, till first experiment, second experiment, third experiment was a wired scenario. So now we will take the scenario that is wireless. Okay. So wireless scenario, try to understand clearly. Once you select the wireless scenario, you will get the screen same as if like node, agent, application, parameter. The topology is very simple. Topology, we are going to take three sources. So once you click on this here, So you'll get the transmission range, that is the x coordinate and y coordinate ranges. So x starts from here, all of you can see, point out the location is this location where the pointer is, it is 196, 102. Similarly, 47, 60. Similarly, when you come over here, see, you can see 8, 9 over here. I don't know whether it is visible or not, location 8, 9. So to the left downmost, it is 0, 0. On the screen of downside, this is the leftmost, downside it is 0, 0. Like as we have seen in the computer graphics, right? How do you read the Windows X coordinate, Y coordinate? So as I go on moving, you can see the change of location 179, 100. Similarly, this node 1 N0 is at 227, 246. Right. Similarly, I need to plot one more node. I need to one more node that is within the transmission range of this N0. So I'll plot in between here. Okay. So N1, so automatically it gets connected. Its transmission range is 434, 236. Similarly, I'll plot one more node N2 that is in the within the transmission range of N1. That is transmission range means within the x coordinate, y coordinate range of N1. So within N1 transmission range, I'll plot one more. So it is already been connected. Now the topology is N0 is the sender, N1 is a receiver. Along with that, N1 is also a sender and N2 is a receiver. Right? So this topology has been drawn. So N0 is a sender. So you have to take an agent and N1 is a receiver. So the agent is TCP. So agent TCP, connect N0 by TCP agent. Okay. Similarly, N1 is also one more sender. You connect it with the, so I told you 12 o'clock to join the session. If you do join in between, so it find me difficult to do the experiment. Hopefully it is visible. Even the recording will go vanish if you do like this. Now I'll not allow the people who are joining. Later on you can watch the video or else the class gets disturbed. So hopefully all of you understood till here. So what I have to do right now is N0 is a sender. I connected with the TCP agent. This is a sender. Similarly, N1 is also a sender. Now regarding a receiver, I have to connect to the TCP sync. What is TCP sync? So N1 is a receiver. So I'll connect with the sync. Similarly, NT is also one more receiver. So I'll connect with the sync. So as I said, N0 is a sender. N1 is both sender and receiver. N2 is a receiver. Now what I'll do, I need to connect it to the application, that is a FTP. So FTP is an application for a sender. So I'll connect at the sender side. One more sender is here. Fine. Then there is a connectivity between TCP to sync2, that is here. If you join in between, you don't understand anything. Connect TCP0 to Sync2. Similarly, connect TCP1 to Sync3. So this itself is a topology, all of you. This is a wireless scenario. Now you go to the application. Start time and stop time is 2. Go to the parameters. So save by the file name s4.trace, and what is network animator file s4.nam. Save it. So the simulation, now we have to go to the TCL scripts. So parameters we have done. Go to the TCL scripts. Scripts will be generated. Scripts will be generated. So what we have to do is, so this is a TCL scripts, what we have generated. Here the majorly things you have to analyze that. You have X dimension of the topography. It is overall topography 730x, value is 346. Whereas Y direction it has not been specified. Y is nothing but the moving speed. So this we have to set. We have to write here in the node definition. In the node definition, we have to write 3 sentence. That is $ns $ns. This is the 3 sentences we need to add with respect to the 3 nodes at. So at the time terminal 0.7 $n0 with respect to the n0 node, that is the sender. Set destination, its x coordinate and y coordinate we have to specify. So before you write it, you specify all the coordinates, that is within x coordinate should be within 738, y coordinate should be within 346. So I could prefer 250. Okay, set destination 280, maybe I'll take 280, or else 250 itself. Let us take 250. 180 is preferred. 15, it is a moving speed. Close the code. Same thing you have to copy. So similarly for n1.8, this is n1, this is n2. Set destination. So instead of 250, we'll just go on increasing the x direction and y direction, right? But remember, it should be within 730. I'll make it 450. So this I'll make it 280 instead of 180, maybe 250 and 320. Why I have made it? On what basis I have made it? Okay, so this is moving speed. 15, 25, 35 is a moving speed, right? Whereas these are all the x coordinates and y coordinates. 250, 350, 450, 180, 250, 320. It is just my assumptions. So based on the assumptions of these coordinates I have made, 346. See, 346 means it should 320 is within 346, 250 is within 346, 180 is within 346. Similarly, 450, 350, 250 is within 738. Okay. Now this itself is the modifications that you have to do in the node definition. Then you save the file. Save it. s4.tcl scripts. So I have saved. Then I'll close this. Before that, you need to calculate the throughput value, right? Okay. Now what I have to do is close this. Go to the terminal. So you have to run ns file, ns s4.tcl. So run the simulation. So simulation will start at 1. So they are now sensing. These extended service stations or the basic service stations are sensing. So exactly at simulation period, that is in between 1 to 2, the movement of the packets with respect to the virus LAN will start. Now you could see the animation over here. That is from N0 to N1, the nodes are packets are moving. Similarly, from N1 to N2, the packets are moving. One is both sender and receiver, whereas 0 is only the sender and 2 is only the receiver. The simulation starts. You could see the number of packets being moving in the case of wireless LAN. And now we have to find the throughput. Okay, I'll stop the simulation. And majorly where you failed in this experiment is that specifying the destination nodes. Okay, I'll close it. So I'll just show you gedit s3.tcl. So those people who are trying to join, they can join it later, or you can see the video. Now you can see over here the TCL scripts, what the modification I did. Sorry, it is gedit s4.tcl. Now you can see the major changes. This is for a wireless LAN. This is automatically being created. Go through the TCL scripts, all of you. In the node definition, what I made is I made these changes. How did I wrote this? $ns at 0.7. This is the timing. See, even I can modify this also. 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. This is the time you can modify it, no problem. N0 set destination at X direction, Y direction, and the moving speed. That is Y direction, it's Z direction. Z is a moving speed. 250, 180. How did I write 250, 180? That is by weaving the first initiation, that is 738, 346 value. The ranges should be within these values. That's it. Now coming to the what we have, awk file. Okay, awk file is, so I have already got the awk file. So what is awk file? So you have body, initialization, count 0, timings, packet. So you need to count the number of packets, that is throughput. So how do you count it? That is $1 to $7. You know what all $1 to $7 consist of. For example, if I show you through gedit, what is the scripts we have generated? S4 dot trace file. It has already been created. S4 dot trace, right? See, this is a trace file you have found. So various $1 consists of the parameters such yes, received, all those things. This is for a wireless. Remember, this is quite different. $2 consists of a timings, right? $3 a type of packets, RT or MAC, right? So there are many parameters. So we need to extract from this awk file the parameters. Okay. So awk file. Let me show you the awk file. What does the awk file consist of? See, this is awk file. You have count 1 equals to 0, time initialize. These are the few parameters, initialized parameters. Since we are taking a two nodes, that is N0 to N1, N1 to N2, we have to count the throughput in between N0 to N1 and throughput between N1 to N2. So that is why we have taken two types of count time packet, count to time to packet 2. This is in between N0 to N1, this is in between N1 to N2. So if $1 equals to read, that is received, and $3, this is the kind of constraints we have from the trace file conditionally, and the type of packet is AGT. So what you have to do? What you have to do? You have to extract that packet, count the packet. Packet 1 equals to packet 1 plus $8 plus number of packets. This is counting the number of packets with respect to the time duration. Similarly, in between N1 to N2, if the received packet is R and $3 equals to the $3 is what? Here, node number. If the 1 is represents the node number, 2 represents the node number. AGT represents the types of packet. This AGT represents the types of packet. Clear? We have to count the number of packets and we have to calculate what we have to fetch the time, $2, extract $2, right? Finally, you need to calculate by using these values, count and time, you need to calculate the throughput. That is throughput in between N0 to N1. So how do you calculate? Same C statement, throughput from N0 to N1 is, this is certain calculations we have. Since 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, count 1 fetched from this if condition multiplied by the packet 1 multiplied by 8 divided by the time duration. Okay, time duration, since it is in millisecond, we will take 10 power 3. So now let us go to the executing the awk file to get the okay. Since I have given already written the awk file, so trace file is s3.trace. Okay. So I'll close this file. Now I'll run the awk file. Awk. So awk file I have already written it. s3.trace. Okay. So or else I'll show you for one more same file for which I have written. So throughput like this, you need to get the throughput from N0 to N1. This is a certain calculation retrieved from the awk file. This is also the number of packets, that is a throughput in kbps. So that is why it is being given 3 zeros. Gedit 4.awk. So awk file, you need to understand what is being extracted here from the awk file. See, in the awk file, what we are going to write as begin. We are taking count 1, time 1, packet 1 in order to calculate the throughput in between N0 to N1. So similarly, in between N1 to N2, to calculate the throughput in between N1 to N2, count 2, time 2, packet 2. Now, if $1 is equal to received, from the trace file, we are extracting $1 column if it is received, and what is $3? If the $3 is always the node number, sender, okay, node number. If the $3 is 1, that is at the receiver side, and the type of packet is AGT, you count it. You count, increase the count, and packet, add the size of the packet. $8 is a $8 column in the trace file represent the size of the packet. You add the what is the size of the packet to the initialized value. Packet 1 initialized is 0. That size is being added. Similarly, you store $2 into the time 1. So similarly, same in the same way, in $1 equals to received and $3 equals to, which is the packet? Node number is 2, right? Here, this is a sender. In the second case, $3, 2 is a sender, right? And the type of packet is $4 is AGT. Again, count the number of initialized count 2 is equal to 0. Count it, increment the count and calculate the packet size. How do you calculate the packet size? Packet 2 plus the size of the packet $8 is being added. Initialized packet 2 is 0, 0 plus s. Similarly, the if condition will repeat. If condition is repeated to calculate. Once the condition fail, right? So finally, you have to calculate the number of throughput. How do you calculate the throughput? In between N0 to N1. So in kbps. So since it is in kbps, we have taken 3 zeros over here. Count 1, finally calculated value of count 1 multiplied by the packet 1 multiplied by the 8. 8 is being used in order to represent the number of in terms of bits. That is 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay. So once again, so I have not written awk file, but the awk file is already being written previously. See, this is the awk file. Okay, so we have to run the awk file. It is not that only you run the simulation. I've already run the simulation, right? NSC. Once again, if you want to run the simulation, ns s3.tcl. Sorry, ns s4.tcl. So this was the simulation. See, this is the simulation you have. This is the point in extended service station. So this I have shown you how to construct it, right? So you stop the simulation or close the simulation. Then you have to show the trace file gedit. So we have written s3.tr. So you can see, sorry, s4. Sorry, once again I'm doing s4. This is a different trace file. Since it is for wireless, the columns are different. Columns are different. So we have to fetch this read r and the number of sender 1. The type of is AGT, right? So wherever AGT is there, that row is being extracted. Okay. Okay, AGT, the type of packet. From there, $8 is the size of a packet. That packet is being counted. We are using $1, $3, $8 and time from the trace file. And in awk file 4.awk. So we have written, we are fetching $1, $3, $4. And we are calculating the packet size by counting the totaling the $8. $8 is a packet size in the trace file. $1 is a type received or what? Dropped as such. $3 represents the node number. This also represents the node number, $3. $4 represents the type of packet. So let me create one file, s4.awk. So I have just copied this. So now I'll save this. I'll close. Now let us try to run this awk file. Awk -f s4.awk to the s4.trace. See, you can see the throughput that is being calculated. Throughput from N0 to N1, it is calculated in kilobytes per second. Throughput in between N1 to N2 is being calculated kilobytes per second. This is what the experiment all about. So you need to practice. So I'll upload the video. So let me stop the session. Those I'm not unable to join the session or not have joined, just see the video and try to do this. It is a very simple experiment.